Hi friends, today we're going to be talking about three-dimensional shapes. So we've discussed two-dimensional shapes. Those are the flat ones that you can easily draw on a piece of paper. This example that I have is a square. And so squares have the straight sides and then it has the pointy vertices. And so unlike flat two-dimensional shapes, three-dimensional shapes are fat. It's like they're coming at you like a three-dimensional movie or a 3D movie. So this 3D shape or three-dimensional shape is a cube. These flat surfaces are called the faces. What do you notice about the shape of the face? It is a square. So the flat faces on a cube are called are the squares, and there's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 flat faces. Now the straight areas right here are called the edges. That's where the faces meet. So a cube has 12 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the pointy corners are like a regular 2D shape. It's a pointy vertice. So 3D shapes also have pointy vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A cube has 8 pointy vertices. An example of a real-world object that is the shape of a cube would be a block, like what you would stack and play with. And our next shape is a cylinder. So a cylinder, what do you notice about the shape of its flat faces? It is a circle. So a cylinder has 2 flat faces, and they are both in the shape of a circle. It has a rounded surface, so there are no edges where the faces meet, and there are no pointy vertices. So a cylinder has 1, 2 flat faces, 0 straight edges, and 0 pointy vertices. An example of a real-world object that is the shape of a cube would be like a can, like what you would find in your pantry. So like maybe a can of soup, can of green beans, can of corn. That is our cylinder. Our next shape is our cone. The cone has 1 flat face. What is the shape of that flat face? A circle. So a cone has 1 circular flat face. There are no edges because there's that 1 face, but there is 1 pointy vertice. So a cone has 1 flat face, 0 straight edges, and 1 pointy vertice. So when you say cone, what do you think of? What real-world object? An ice cream cone. So an ice cream cone is an example of a real-world object that is the shape of a cone. And then our final shape, that 3D shape that we will discuss, is a sphere. That's kind of hard to say. Say it. Sphere. Sphere. Okay? It's a hard one. You got to practice saying that one. So a sphere has 0 flat faces. There's no flat parts on a sphere. It's all round. There are no flat edges for the face. There's no straight edges for the faces to meet because there are no faces. And there are no pointy vertices on a sphere. It is completely round. An example of a real-world object that is the shape of a sphere would be like the Earth or a globe. I have a tiny one right here. It is an example of a sphere because the Earth is round. Think back to your science. The Earth is round, and so the Earth would be a sphere. So let's review. We have a cube. We have a cylinder. Cube. Say cube. Cylinder. Cone. Say cone. Sphere. That's the hardest one to say. That's one to practice. Sphere. So, cube, cylinder, cone, sphere. Okay, thank you for learning with us today. Bye, friends.